What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you an NFL prediction video on free agent Chris Jones. I believe he will sign with the Cincinnati Bengals this offseason. Now, let's discuss why. So, guys, comment down below what team do you believe Chris Jones will be on in 2024? Will he return to the Chiefs, Bengals, Texans, a couple other teams out there as well that could also, give him a payday that he really would probably want? Chicago Bears. So, let me know in the comments section down below what team will Chris Jones be on in 2024. But before we get started here, guys, let's just be honest, right? All of us non-Chiefs fans, including myself, I'm a Falcons fan, but we have to come together. We've seen the blueprint of how to beat the Chiefs, and the blueprint is Chris Jones. So whether I'm right or wrong, whether he goes to the Bengals, Texans, or whatever other team, we have to come to a consensus as a football community, as non-Chiefs fans. We cannot let Chris Jones go back to the Chiefs. Some team has to step up and pay him a buttload of money to not return back to the Chiefs. The Chiefs have kind of tight on cap. Got a couple of free agents, especially him and Snead. Snead hasn't really been paid a big payday yet. Chris Jones has had one, but he wants probably, I'm sure, wants something massive. And can the Chiefs afford that? Will they even want to afford that? We'll see how it goes. But I believe the Bengals can ramp up the rivalry once again with the Chiefs. As we all know, Joe Burrow and the Bengals are the only team to outside of Tom Brady and Buccaneers, they're the only team to make the Chiefs not win a ring. They've played against them a couple of years ago in the AFC title game. They defeated the Chiefs, and obviously the Bengals lost that year to the Rams in the Super Bowl. Next year they matched up again, but the Chiefs ended up coming out on top, and that was a very good Chris Jones game. But looking at Chris Jones' impact on the Kansas City Chiefs, I've seen, and I've come to a conclusion like, man, at first it was Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs can't win without Tyreek Hill. They let him go. They're fools. They're stupid. And then they win without him the first year. Okay, that was lucky. That was cool. And then again, another year, 2 years later, okay, you can't do it again without Tyreek Hill. You didn't get DeAndre Hopkins. You didn't get a number one star receiver. You didn't get nothing. You got Rashee Rice in the draft. You got MVS still returning, Sky Moore, Tony. And then they struggled all year, come to the playoffs. Everyone's back on track except for Tony. And then they win again, back-to-back titles. Chris Jones is the key reason why they keep winning. You see this year, Buffalo Bills matchup. I believe the Bills had them beat. Chris Jones was in the face of Josh Allen a couple times when they were in the red zone about to win the game or about to seal the game away, and then it caused the Bills to lose the game. Fast forward to the Super Bowl. Same thing happened. Brock Purdy had openings, he had spots, he had receivers, but Chris Jones getting pressure, getting in his face. I think the Bengals have to get Chris Jones away from the Kansas City Chiefs to have a chance at beating him. And, it might cost them T. Higgins. It might cost them Tyler Boyd, but that should be fine. The Bengals are in pretty good draft position, I believe, to get a guy like Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas Jr. reminds you of a T. Higgins, but even faster. 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", good size, good speed. Had a heck of a year at LSU. He can be an LSU bro with Jamar Chase. So that would be someone I would love. As a looking from the outside in from the Bengals team, like you would definitely replace him with a T. Higgins and still be fine with Jamar Chase. Probably would still be happy. With another talented big man on the outside. So. Or some people say Brock Bowers maybe can fall to the Bengals. I don't see that happening, but that would be a heck of a get for the Bengals in the first round. So we'll see what happens in the draft. But if it's up to T. Higgins or Chris Jones, me personally, I'm going with T. Higgins. Trey Hendrickson had a heck of a year last year. You still have Logan Wilson, the linebacker. You have pieces to get the job done on defense. But imagine Trey Hendrickson, who just had a great year, 17 and a half sacks. You followed up, no, similar year, maybe not the exact same year, but similar year. Then you pair him up with Chris Jones. So you have an inside-outside attack for the first time in a couple years, because this year, with Henderson playing well, there was no real threat from the middle. I know DJ Reader played well for most of the season before getting injured, but he didn't have a lot of sacks, didn't have too many pressures either. So I think no interior defensive lineman had, I think, over 5 sacks this season for the Bengals. So I just think, having a guy like Chris Jones makes the team so much better. He's elite. Obviously, he's a Hall of Famer, 3-time champion. And, he's one of the better guys because he has a great regular season, but even better, more impactful postseason. He's good in the regular season. He's great in the postseason. And I know he got his first sack in the postseason ever, I think, a year or two ago, but he's always made impact. And it feels like every year he's gotten even more and more impact without the sacks, and he started getting the sacks now. It's even better. But tip balls, pressures, knockdowns, all that good stuff. He is definitely in the run game, stopping the run, filling the gaps. He does it all, man. So, it's rare to see someone like him, big boy, stays healthy for the full season for the most part, and then playoffs time plays well, plays up to par to his level, and even beyond that as well. So, heck of a talent, heck of a get if the Bengals can get him. Like I said earlier in the intro, if not the Bengals, Chicago Bears, they have a buttload of money. They would definitely back up the Brinks truck to get Chris Jones pairing with Montez Sweat and those guys there. That would be a solid get as well. But I had them going more the Neil Hunter route. I think they're going to pair him up with Montez Sweat, but I could be wrong there, as well as Houston Texans. If I was a defender in the NFL, especially like a top-notch guy, I would say, hey, the Texans have DeMeco Ryans, Will Anderson Jr., C.J. Stroud, Derek Stingley Jr. They're looking very, very good for the future and for the obviously the present too. So why would Chris Jones not want to go there? So that's also a big thing as well. But um, I think the Texans have more holes right now than the Bengals do. The Bengals can afford to go with Chris Jones. The Texans, they have a lot of free agents, a lot of key free agents as well. Dalton Schultz, the list goes on. You can look all the names up, but I just think the Texans might want to expand, might want to spread their money out some. And I think Chris Jones would be a great get, though. Don't get it wrong, but um, you might want to go other guys, spread their money out some, spread their wealth out some, trade for a number one receiver. We need to see what Nico Collins did this year. Can he do it again? Will teams be able to plan for him this year? We'll see. But looking at the Bengals free agency list, uh, obviously led by T. Higgins, DJ Reader, Tyler Boyd, Jonah Williams. I don't think will return. He wanted out last year. He still wanted to play left tackle. He's not that good anyway, so I don't think he's returning. Chidobe Awuzie, DB played well, but he could definitely go as well because, like I said before in past videos, draft time, I love what the Bengals have done as far as DB room. They let Jesse Bates walk to my Falcons. I love it, but they have Cam Taylor-Britt, they have Daxton Hill, they have another guy as well, Turner. So they have guys everywhere that can fill in spots and play versatile roles, safety, corner, free safety, strong safety. So they have a lot of guys who can definitely um, switch and be versatile in different spots. So I think Chidobe Awuzie can walk. I think Tyler Boyd as well can walk. Even T. Higgins. I was a guy that been on a bandwagon for a while saying trade Higgins before the trade deadline this past season. Trade him during the summer last summer. Especially with no obviously the Bengals can't plan for Joe Burrow getting hurt and no playoff berth. But especially with Burrow being hurt throughout the season, close to the trade deadline, why not trade him? That didn't make sense to me. So I guess most people think the Bengals have to bring him back. I still think they don't have to. I think they can let him walk somewhere else because he should want an exorbitant amount of money. You still got to pay Chase, and you still want to make the defense and the surrounding pieces better. You got to replace Jonah Williams. You got to get better on different areas as well. So I don't think Higgins, although he's a great young talent, I don't think he's that important to the Bengals' future. Like I said, I would pick Chris Jones over T. Higgins in a heartbeat. And, pairing Chris Jones with Trey Hendrickson and Logan Wilson, you can't beat that. You can't beat that, man. So, overall, like I said, I do think Chris Jones will leave the Chiefs. Just depends on who will bring that bag to him and also what situation he likes the best. And I think Cincinnati Bengals, being the only team to beat the Chiefs the last couple years in the playoffs, outside of, like I said, Tom Brady and the Bucks, it would be a fitting story. It would be, kind of fitting to him to go there and keep the rivalry going even stronger now that they have probably their biggest, chess piece to beat Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs by adding Chris Jones. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for free agency, but we'll see a lot of franchise tags, and T. Higgins could be one of them. They can definitely bring back Higgins and still sign Jones. It'll be tough. It'll be tight, but it's definitely possible. But the Bengals should go all in, go all out, and add Chris Jones to their roster. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.